It's your boy Mark. That's right. And today we're going to be talking about a girl around these parts. We call her Guppy. Yeah, Caroline Levitt. She's a goddamn liar. There ain't no fucking lie she ain't willing to tell for her cult leader, Stanky. That's right. So, anyway, this lady, her lies are nonsensical and they are considered fucking Disneyland type shit. So, check it out, because this lady doesn't even tell one single truth. You know, I mean, she has these press conferences, right, where she's supposed to be saying the truth. But if you're a reporter, right, why in the world would you want to be at a press conference where the person you're asking questions to is a liar? And then you turn around and you don't call her out. Like, for example, let me give y'all an example. Right? She's saying that China is going to eat these here tariffs, right? And then she moves on to the next person, instead of asking her the follow-up. How do you figure? How do you figure? See what I mean? See what I mean? It's always the follow-up question that it stumps these people. But the thing is that they don't ask the follow-up question. You get it? You feel me? You feel me? So, in other words, these press conferences are propaganda sessions. That's what they are. That's what they are. If you don't believe me, check this out. Check this out. Check out these clips, and you tell me what you think down in the comments. All right? Like, share, subscribe. Go to mockingbagamorons.com, and we got some pretty cool stuff down there for you. So, without further ado, we go to Bubba Guppy. Roll it. Bubble Guppy, roll it.
Recently, Stephen Miller at the White House made some comments about
That's a ghoul.
considering suspending habeas corpus, and I'm curious if there's any update on how the White House is exploring that option to.
That's nonsense. That's a dumb shit question.
Not the president's agenda. I don't have any update at this time, but I can check in with our deputy chief of staff.
Habeas corpus? Shit. You're a fungus among us. Continue, Bubblegum. Listen to this stupid shit.
This is a very pro-family piece of legislation. Not only does it increase the child tax credit, but it also includes MAGA baby savings accounts. Children that are born before January 1st, 2024, under 8 years old, U.S. citizens, and have at least one parent with a valid Social Security number. And when this tax provision becomes law,
I am not a Nazi.
The child, if the parents seek to do this, will be set up with a savings account. Essentially, it's a 401k for a newborn baby.
What a concept. That's never been thought of before. You fucking moron.
And
Caroline Levitt then talked. What are you, an effing moron?
This is pure fucking nonsense.
I'll go to both of you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Any updates on Greenland? Will the president be making any trips, and do we have any details you can share with us?
I don't have any future foreign trips to read out for you. We just returned home from one. But the president maintains the reasoning for Greenland's strategic purposes in the Arctic, and he continues to remain committed to the idea of obtaining Greenland.
He's not. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Period. Why do you continue with this fucking nonsense?
In whatever means we can to advance our national security interests in the region.
Nonsense. What are you going to do? You going to send other people's kids over there to fight? You fucking asshole. Of course it would be somebody else's kid. How about we send that kid, right, that you just had with your grandfather? By the way, when you were 5, that motherfucker was 40. Just that thought alone is something that I can't unthink. You married a perv.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Okay, right here, this is full-on nonsense. Don't fall for it. Keep your eye, right, on that bill that they're trying to pass. This is all fucking distractions. Listen to this.
Last one. What does President Trump mean when he says that Taylor Swift is no longer hot?
It means that he's a fucking pervert. That's what it means. He's a fucking pervert. Yeah.
He is speaking about Taylor Swift's political views and how perhaps it has impacted the support of the American public for her work. And I will leave it at that.
What are you talking about? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Go ahead.
That lying bitch!
Okay, this segment right here, by the way, you're looking awfully bubble guppy today, right? Yeah. Now, this segment right here is 100% lies, 100% gaslighting, 100% nonsense. Continue, Bubble Guppy. We all live in the Bubble Guppy.
Quick follow-up. Is the president okay with this bill adding to the deficit?
This bill does not add to the deficit.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It adds $6 trillion. Don't lie.
According to the Council of Economic Advisors.
Who are them? Who are they? People that he put there? No. Nope.
This bill will save $1.6 trillion.
She's looking around to see if anybody's going to believe her.
The president absolutely understands and hears the concerns of fiscal conservatives.
Yeah, right. That's why it ain't passing.
Of Americans who want to get our fiscal house in order. That's what the intention of this bill is.
Oh, yeah, but what? By getting a $400 million airplane, stripping it down to the studs, costing billions more? Yeah, yeah.
There's $1.6 trillion worth.
He added $9 trillion to the deficit last time.
Of savings in this bill. That's
Nonsense. Where are we going to make up that money if you don't want to charge anybody for taxes? It's bullshit.
The largest savings.
Nope. That is a lie.
Any legislation that has ever passed.
Nonsense.
Capitol Hill in our nation's history.
That's a lie.
The next bill that even comes close was $800 billion.
That's a lie.
That's less than half of the savings that we see in the One Big Beautiful Bill.
This is pathetic. How unserious can you be?
So the goal of this bill is to produce economic growth, to cut taxes, and to get our fiscal house in order. And
none of the above. None of the above is in that bill. None.
The right step in the right direction.
Bullshit.
You a rotten liar.
No, it's a vicious lie.
Did you just call me a liar?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, coming from a pathological liar, I take that as a compliment.
Boy, this lady put the screws to her. Continue.
A gift plane from Qatar. 3 things. Is there a timeline for the U.S. receiving that plane? Do you know how long it will take to retrofit the plane to presidential standards? And thirdly, has the intelligence community, security folks, have they weighed in on whether that plane can actually be secured to presidential standards?
I'm glad you brought up this question because I was watching the American press spew a lot of misinformation.
Nope. That's a bribe. Full on. Number 1. And number 2, you got to strip that thing down to the studs and then build it back up. That's right.
The plane donation last week when we were abroad.
It's a bribe, not a donation. Get it straight, honey.
Let's be very clear. The government of Qatar, the Qatari family, has offered to donate this plane.
Exactly. It's a fucking bribe by a bunch of Hamas supporters. That's right.
To the United States Air Force.
Why? We got plenty of airplanes. We don't need their trash. We don't need their secondhand garbage.
Where that donation will be accepted according to all legal and ethical
No. Ridiculous.
obligations.
You're a liar.
Will be retrofitted to the highest of standards.
Yeah, how much is that going to cost? It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
By the Department of Defense and the United States Air Force.
No, by us. We're going to pay for it, you fucking bitch.
This plane is not a personal donation or gift.
Yes, it is. It's a bribe.
The President of the United States.
It's a bribe.
And everyone who wrote that last week should go and correct their stories.
No! It's a fucking bribe. Why? Why?
Is this a donation to our country and to the United States?
No, it's not. Well, then when do I get to fly in it? Huh? Huh? You fucking bitch? If it's a donation to us, when do I get to fly in it? You're fucking full of shit. That's a bribe.
Force. As for a timeline, because it is the United States Air Force that is accepting the plane, I would defer you
No,
to
they're not. No, they're not. They didn't go over there and ask for it. Stinky did.
them for specifics because the president, frankly, has nothing to do with it. It's the Air
Bullshit! What? Holy shit!
Force's project to take on.
Lady, you became most hated with the quickness. Say it, Anthony. Say it!
It's total bullshit.
Holy shit. She literally goes completely off the rails on this one. I mean, we're talking fucking Fantasy Island, Disneyland. Hell, this is straight up Mickey Mouse type shit right here. Continue, Bubble Guppy.
President Trump and his top economic aides have repeatedly said that Americans will not pay the cost of tariffs. In fact, last week, Lutnick said people have to drop the, quote, silly arguments that consumers would pay the cost. But over the weekend, as you know, the president posted that Walmart should eat the tariffs and not charge the value customer any.
That's never going to happen. Walmart is not going to eat these tariffs. And they shouldn't. They're a business. They're in it to make money. So this motherfucker wants to tax us? Yeah, that's what it is. It's a tax on us.
I'll be watching, and so will your customers. So, does he acknowledge that if companies don't absorb the full cost, Americans will have to pay?
Well, first of all, the CEO of Walmart made those comments about the tariffs on an earnings call where
Okay, yeah. And what's your point?
I believe, are legally obligated to give the most dire warnings and
No, not really. No, that's a lie.
forecasts to their investors and stakeholders.
Hey, talk about forecasts. Wait, they just said that anything that they get tariffed, they're going to pass it on. Nothing illegal about that.
Reality is the president has always maintained, Chinese producers will be absorbing the cost of these
Who cares what he maintains? It's bullshit. It's a lie.
tariffs. And that is why
Hey, this is where you have to stop her, honey, and say, how do you figure? How do you figure this? How do you figure this? And then let her try to answer it. See if a fucking screw doesn't come out of the side of her head.
China was so quick to hustle to the negotiating table with the United States.
Nonsense. That's a lie.
America. They need our markets. They need
No, they don't. We need them more than they need us. And they know it.
our consumers. And I would again point you to the inflation report that came out
Nonsense.
last week showing that inflation is declining.
No, it's not.
In large
Nothing is any cheaper in the stores. Nothing is cheaper in the stores. Nothing.
because energy prices are dropping
Nonsense.
across the board in this
Nonsense.
country because of the
Nonsense.
president's robust energy agenda that he
That was a fucking robust lie is what that was.
has taken since January 20th.
Nonsense. Hey, what robust energy is it? What are you talking about?
So the president is committed to ensuring that prices remain low for American
What do you mean remain low? They're not low right now.
consumers, and he maintains the position that foreign countries will absorb these tariffs.
Who cares what he maintains? Who cares what position he maintains? It ain't true. It ain't happening. Oh! Oh!